Welcome to another video from booksgenie.ai. I'm Omar, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create children's storybooks in no time. These books you can actually sell on Amazon KDP. So let's get started. The first thing we need to do is create a book. So let's do that. I'm going to click on create a new book here, which will take me to the book sections, and then I'm going to click on create new book. For the title, I'm just going to basically call this one my first children storybook. Okay, then I'm going to go next. Here we need to choose the cover type. I'm just going to go with the paperback here, since this is targeting like smaller children. It doesn't make sense to have like this hardcover. Then I'm going to go with next, and now we need to choose our interior type. Again, this is like a picture book or children's storybook, whatever you want to call it. Then we know that our pages are basically going to be colorful illustrations, right? For that, we need a colorful interior type. And we have two choices when it comes to Amazon KDP. We can go with the standard color ink and white paper, or we can go with the premium color ink in the white paper. So if you go with the premium color ink, it gives you like obviously premium product, but at the same time, it will increase the cost of print, which means it will reduce the margins, your earning margins on the items when they sell, right? So again, it's your choice. You can go with the standard or the premium. I'm just going to go with the premium for this demo. Then I'm going to click on next. Now we need to choose the book size. For these kind of books, usually the size is either 8.5 inches by 8.5 inches or a little bit bigger, which is 8.5 inches by 11 inches. I'm going to just go and use a square format because it's easier for the children to hold. And I will also enable the bleed here because our pages will basically be illustrations filling the whole page, and it makes sense to have the bleed enabled. Then I'm going to go and click on next. Here we need to select the number of pages. Again, you have to plan ahead how many pages your story will be, right? Usually for this kind of books, it's around 32 pages, but you can also go with 24, 40, or 48, right? Like a multiplier of 4. In this demo, I'm just going to go with the simplest one, which is 24 pages. Also keep in mind that if you would like to have a title page inside the book, or maybe another page where the children can write their names, then you need to account for that as well, right? Because you would be using these 2 pages, which means your actual story would now be like 22 pages, right? So just keep that in mind when you are choosing the number of pages. And then let's go ahead and click create book. Once you do that, the book is actually opened in the editor. So we have the cover here, and then we also have the pages that we created. In my case, I created 24 pages, right? So to create our story, we simply go to this button here and click on it, and then you will see they have a storybook here. Click on that, and then you will be presented with this wizard. You have this area where you can actually enter your prompt, that is describe your story and what's the story about. So the more descriptive, the better outline the AI will come up with. You can also choose the language of the story. So we have like these supported languages here. I'm just gonna stick to English. You can also change the children age range here. Then also the number of pages, how many pages you would like the story to be. In my case, I have a book of 24 pages. I'm going to use 2 pages to basically be for the title and the property label. So I'm going to be left out with 22 pages, right? So I'm just going to use 20 here for this demo. And for the story, I already have like a prompt that I can just use. My story is actually about a chameleon here. So either you can read it or, yeah, it's not really a big deal. You can just write whatever kind of story you would like. And here you need to select what kind of art style you would like. So we have this one, and then we have anime as well, and then we have funny cartoon. I think I'm just gonna go with the probably anime, right? for this one. And then you click create outline. When you do that, the AI will basically take your idea and it will generate a story based on that idea. So now we will have the outline generated and you can review it. So this is our story basically. As you can see, because we are targeting small children, so the text is very simple and easy. Feel free if you would like to read this one. I would highly recommend that you read your story. And then if you don't like it, you can always go back and then change the prompt and then create another outline until you are happy with it. Once you are happy with the story, for the sake of this demo, I'm just gonna say, okay, this is a perfect story. I'm just gonna go and click on create pages. Once I do that, the AI will now generate pictures for every page that we have. And you can see that we have really nice illustrations here. And once the images are generated, again, just review them. And if you don't like one of the images, you can always click on regenerate. And then once you are happy with the images that you have, you basically click on next. And then you choose the book layout. So either you go with the split page or overlay text. With split page, as the description says, it means that the illustration will be on one page, like on the right page, on the left page, and the text will be basically on the opposite page, which is going to be like the right page, right? If you go with the option of overlay text, then basically the illustration will take the whole page and then the text is overlaid on top of that illustration. And that's what I'm going to choose, because if you go with the split, that means the number of pages you need is actually going to be double, right? Because we have like 22 illustrations. And then if I would like to have these kind of layout, it means I need to have a book with 44 pages. So I'm going to go with the overlay text. And here we have this new feature where you can also enable it to generate a cover for the image, like to generate an image for the cover for the specific story. So I'm just going to click this here to enable it so that it will generate a cover image for me as well. And now we are going to click on choose the pages. So I'm going to go from page 32. So now I'm going to start from page 3 because this will be like the label kind of page. And then I will have a blank page here. And then I'm just going to go with my story starting from page number 3. So I'm going to press Shift to select all the way. Actually, I need to... Yeah, this is like 22 pages. Then I'm going to click on done. And we're going to click on finalize the book. Now the AI is actually rendering our pages into the book. Now we are just waiting for it to complete the rendering. We are done. Great. Now if you open the page here, you can see that in page number 3, we have our first page, which has like the story here written under this kind of background. You can obviously change the font, you can change the layout as well, you can change this color if you want. Maybe I'm gonna put it red, for example, maybe dark. Yeah, I think white makes more sense here. You can also try and remove it completely and so on. So be creative, design your pages however you want. By default, this is what you get out of the box. And I think it looks pretty good here, right? We have our pages that are looking pretty nice, and the story is actually great with the illustrations. Now, the thing that we need to do is actually create a cover, right? And if you remember, we enabled that option to actually generate an image for our cover, and we can find that here. So if I go to generated pages and I'm gonna go to generate image, you can see this is our image that was generated, right? So this is like the page. This is the image that we generate. And what we can do as well, if you are not happy with this image, you can always click on reuse prompt. So it will actually show the prompt that was used to generate this image. And wow, this is quite a large prompt here, right? So let's do generate another one and see what we get without changing anything. Okay, so we have this one here. So yeah, the prompt here actually shows all the kind of characters in the story. And if you don't want that, what I can do as well is basically try another way, is just, so I think this is all we need. If we would like to generate an image that only shows the main character, which is our chameleon here, then we just need this kind of a prompt. So I'm going to try that out and generate a new image and see what we will get. Yeah, exactly. So I think I'm happy with this one. So I'm going to use this as a cover here. And what you can do is resize it to take in the whole image here. And now either you keep this one by just choosing a background, let's say this green background, for example. So it will be plain background. But since we have images that got generated, maybe we can also now use this image as well, right? So, and since I don't like this black here, I'm just gonna crop it. So I'm just gonna go here and do this, and double click to basically remove it. And now I'm just gonna scale this one as well. What I'm gonna do now is send this one to back, right? So now this is my cover. Or I think I would just go with this one. I think it makes sense to have like the cover only here, and then here we can do some copyright notes and so on. So let's just do that. I'm going to click here to have a text added, and then I'm going to ask the AI to generate a copyright notice. So write a copyright notice page for children storybook. And yeah, I can use this prompt here. I'm gonna increase it. And I will just get rid of the stuff that I don't need here. I need to change the color so that it's more visible actually. Maybe going to white, and I'm gonna increase the fonts a little bit. Yeah. I can do basically copyright your publishing name here, for example. Yeah, just a little bit of formatting here, and I'm gonna put this here. You can actually add more design elements to this cover, but in my case, I would just leave it like this. And yeah, maybe we need to also write a title, right? And the title of the story is basically, oops, yeah, just paste the title there. I'm gonna change the color to be white. I'm gonna remove this one, and then I'm also going to change the font. Okay, let me increase the size here. I can do it like this. Yeah, and for this one, we basically just going to create a text saying like, this belongs to. We do this here. Let me zoom back by Control-0 to reset my zoom here. And then I'm just basically going to center this text. Okay. And I would like to create like some lines here, so I'm just going to use the paper here, resize it, and yeah, I'm just gonna maybe change the heights here. Change the color. And then we are going to leave this one as blank, and then our story basically starts, right? We have these 3 pages that are blank here. We can either leave them blank, for example, but obviously not for a book that you want to upload to Amazon KDP. But an idea here is maybe we can actually make them as pages, like writable pages. And for that, it's easier to just use a template here, and I'm just going to use yeah, this one. I'm just going to select the pages that I would like, oopsie, and click done. And then I'm going to generate this one. As you can see here, our pages now are actually pages for the children to write notes or something like that. Be creative, you know, I'm just showing you how you can create these illustrations and how you can create actually a book using BooksGenie.ai. Now that we are happy with our story, we need to export it for KDP, right? And the way to do it is just go in here to export for KDP button and click on it, and you will see a notification that the task has been scheduled to do that. After some time, the processing will start and your book will be ready to upload to Amazon KDP. After some time, we basically have our book ready, so you can just click on download. And in my case, I'm just gonna save it here as my first children story book. Just going to open it. Let's open this one here. And now we can see our KDP files. So this is our cover. It looks pretty nice, actually. I like it. And this is our story, which is the interior that we need to upload to Amazon KDP. So yeah, this is our first page, and then we have the blank page, and our story then starts here. Second page, third page, and so on. So that's pretty much how you can create children's storybooks with BooksGenie.ai. It's pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Just make sure that you review the story before you actually go ahead and create the images. But yeah, the process is straightforward. If you have any feedback or you have any issues, feel free to reach out to our support. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.